Today, I'm going to show you how to make a rich and creamy shea butter melt and pour soap base right from scratch. And the best part, this soap base can be remelted later to create customized soaps tailored to nourish and pamper your skin with your favorite ingredients, fragrance, and extracts. If you have ever wanted to make your own professional style soap base at home, then this video is for you. Let's get started. Now, bring in your digital scale because in soap making, accuracy is everything. Measure out 140 grams of extra virgin coconut oil. When it comes to making bar soap, everything starts with the type and quality of oil you use. The oil determines the hardness, lather, moisturizing ability, and even the amount of sodium hydroxide needed for the recipe. So every ingredient in soap making is calculated based on the oil. Once the coconut oil hits exactly 140 grams, take it off the scale. Next, add 70 grams of shea butter. Shea butter gives the soap that luxurious creamy feel and helps nourish and moisturize the skin. And here we have 75 grams of stearic acid. Add that in as well. Stearic acid helps harden the soap and gives it a stable creamy lather. Now, take everything to heat and melt it gently using a double boiler. We are using indirect heat so the oil melts slowly and evenly without burning. While that is melting, let's move over to making our lye solution. Here I have 90 grams of distilled water and 45.1 grams of sodium hydroxide. Carefully pour the sodium hydroxide into the distilled water, never the other way around, and stir until everything completely dissolves. Before handling sodium hydroxide, always wear your gloves, nose masks, and safety goggles. Work in a well-ventilated area and make sure there are no children or pets around. Safety first, always. As the sodium hydroxide dissolves, you will notice the solution becomes cloudy and extremely hot. That reaction is completely normal. This is our lye solution. Set it aside and allow it to become clear while we go back to our oils. Now, back to the oil. Stir occasionally until everything melts completely and the mixture becomes clear and uniform. Once fully melted, take it off the heat. Next, measure out 40 grams of glycerin and add it into the oils. Stir well to combine. Glycerin helps improve the moisturizing feel of the soap and also contributes to the melt and pour texture. Now, measure out 140 grams of ethanol and add it into the mixture. Stir continuously for about 3 to 4 minutes. The ethanol helps improve transparency and makes the soap easier to remelt later. At this point, bring in the lye solution. As you can see, it has now turned clear. Slowly add the lye solution into the oil mixture while stirring continuously. Do not pour it all in at once. Add it gradually in batches while stirring. This gives you better control over the mixture. As the lye goes in, you will notice heavy lumps beginning to form. Don't panic. That is completely normal. In fact, this is exactly why we add the lye slowly. If you dump everything in at once, the lumps can become too heavy and difficult to dissolve without reheating. Continue adding the remaining lye solution gradually while stirring constantly. As more lye goes in, the mixture thickens even more. But keep stirring patiently and those lumps will slowly begin to dissolve. And now comes the real workout, stirring. We're going to keep stirring in a circular motion until the soap reaches trace. This process can take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on temperature and mixing speed. Reaching trace is very important. If you pour the soap into the mold before trace, the mixture can separate and ruin the batch. So how do you know when it has reached trace? Lift your spatula while stirring. If the soap runs completely off the spatula without leaving anything behind, it has not traced yet. Keep stirring and keep testing. Now let's test it again. As I lift the spatula, you can see the soap running down slowly and leaving behind a tail hanging at the tip. You will also notice a thin layer of soap beginning to form and lightly dry on the body of the spatula. That right there is how you know the soap has reached trace. Once it reaches trace, cover the mixture with aluminum foil and set it aside briefly. Now for the next step, here I have 50 grams of distilled water and 50 grams of sugar. Pour the sugar into the distilled water and stir until it dissolves completely. Make sure every grain of sugar is fully dissolved before moving to the next step. Once the sugar solution is ready, pour it into the soap mixture and stir continuously for about 5 minutes. Proper stirring here is very important to prevent separation and ensure everything combines smoothly. Now, bring in your soap mold and gently pour the soap mixture in. At this stage, we are going to allow the soap to rest and harden for about 12 to 24 hours. 8 hours later, I brought it out and it is already nice and firm. Time to unmold it. Gently pull the sides of the silicone mold outward to loosen the soap, then flip it over and press carefully from the bottom. Look at that. Our homemade shea butter melt and pour soap base is ready. And the beauty of this soap base is that you can remelt it later using a double boiler and customize it with all kinds of skin-loving ingredients like concentrated fruit juice, herbal extracts, fragrance, essential oil, exfoliants, and much more according to your preference. But before we go, let's test the lather. I am cutting out a slice so we can see how it performs. Just look at that rich creamy foam. Beautiful creamy lather with a luxurious feel on the skin. And that is it for today's video. In our next video, we are going to use this very soap base to make a nourishing orange soap packed with skin-loving benefits. So don't forget to like, share and follow for more amazing DIY projects. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. God bless.